They say art imitates life, right? This is the Daily Neitz, a daily look at classic films, modern cinema, and the world of professional wrestling. And today I want to talk about a film that has just broken me to the point where it took me, I think, 7 tries just to say the opening piece of my thing. We're talking about Synecdoche, New York. Oh, I can say the name of the film right. That's fine. Charlie Kaufman is one of my favorite screenwriters of all time, and he's written a not the, but a holy trinity of films. Adaptation being John Malkovich, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. All 3 of those movies are masterpieces. And what he does in his films is he takes a very simple theme, whether it be love or death or what have you, loss, that kind of thing, and he tells a simple story using probably the most complex means imaginable. Adaptation's a little bit different, but being John Malkovich, he tells a love story, but he's told through the lens of people can go through a portal into the mind of famed actor John Malkovich, and one man learns to control him. But it's just a love story. And then Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a story about loss, but it's told through a man who's in the process of having his memories deleted and fade away in front of his eyes as he's reliving them in his mind. And then this is a film that came after those 3. This was 2008, Synecdoche, New York, and tells a story about death and the fear of death, and what goes hand in hand with that is life and how we live it. And it's told through a man who is using an impossibly large warehouse to rebuild New York City and cast actors as people in his life to watch his life happen the next day at rehearsal and try and figure everything out. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not as good as those other 3. It's not as good as Adaptation or Eternal Sunshine or John Malkovich. It's not quite there. I think part of it, because this is the first one that Charlie also directed himself, and you can kind of tell it's a first-time director. It doesn't have the kind of same pacing as his other movies do that just run away. It slows down at points and stuff. I think that's also part of it. I think it was a directorial choice. I don't know if it was a good choice. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's just weird. Like I said before, this thing broke me. Just because of how, it's similar to Memento in that, if you've seen Memento, the Chris Nolan movie, it's similar in that he manages to make his audience feel like the character feels, in a sense that the character himself is losing track of time and his own body, and he's just kind of losing his mind. Where in like Memento, they broke the story up out of order, so you're kind of watching the movie happen in reverse, so you don't know what has previously happened, just like the main character. Here, we don't know how much time is passing or what's real and what's not anymore by the end of it, because the character doesn't. And that takes talent. That is hard to do in a movie, and I respect that a lot. That may be why I don't like it as much as his older movies, because I don't like feeling like that. I don't like the feeling of not quite knowing what's real and trying to figure it out, but being unable to. And it's unsettling. It's an unsettling movie to watch. A little bit pretentious at times. I find it funny that yesterday I watched Bowfinger, which is a movie about making movies, and it's this slapstick comedy with Eddie Murphy and jokes are happening and stuff. And now I'm watching a movie about making theater, and it's like super like almost like smelling its own farts pretentious. It's straddling that line between like really solid art and just kind of pretentious. I understand why critics are very split on this movie, and I'm still not sure what side of the fence I stand on with it. But it's definitely not a bad movie. It's definitely one I would recommend to a certain group of people. theater people, and you know who you are. You know if you're a theater person. This movie is definitely for you. If not for just the art of making theater and how that affects you as a person. Because I know that doing stage for years, it changes, like a good role changes you as a person. And playing that part day in, day out for months affects who you are when you're not playing the part in subtle ways. And this kind of took that idea of this movie and just expanded upon it to this huge scale in a very interesting way. So if you're a theater person, check this out. If not, maybe stay away. If you just want to watch something fun, check it. I would recommend Adaptation before and Eternal Sunshine before this movie, definitely. But if you see those and like it and want to see more of what Charlie Kaufman has to offer, then check it out. I'm glad I looked at it. I am, and I still am planning on seeing his newer movie, Anomalisa, whenever I get a chance to. I don't know if I'm going to look back into Synecdoche. It is a movie. I feel like I said absolutely nothing. But I think that's appropriate for this film. Yeah. So, tomorrow I'm looking at a different movie, The Last Year at Marienbad, I believe is what it's called. No idea what this one's about. I actually can't even find a copy of it yet, so here's hoping I do. Like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment in the comments below. Let's go with favorite Charlie Kaufman movie. He's made 5 or 6 now. He's got a good track record going, so drop your favorite and why, or tell me how wrong I am about this one. But until tomorrow, bye.